All right, so both GNA Axles as well as Ramkrishna Forgings talking about solid demand coming through. But with that, let's move on to another important story. Fast-moving consumer goods, that's going to be the next big bet that Reliance Industries is gearing up for. Now, the foray will see the company take its private labels to stores and also acquire local brands in order to pick up market share in what is a highly competitive market. CNBC-TV18's Shilpa takes us through Reliance's strategy for this new business vertical.
I'm excited to announce that this year, we will launch our fast-moving consumer goods business.
This will plunge Reliance Industries into a highly competitive $100 billion market and pit it against a list of veritable giants that include HUL, Britannia and ITC. But Reliance, which is no stranger to creating disruptions, is betting it can do it one more time and still stand apart with its approach. Reliance Retail will build a brand portfolio through a combination of its own brands, joint ventures and acquisitions under the Reliance Retail Consumer Brands umbrella. Phase 1 will see partnerships and acquisitions with strong local brands across key categories like staples, food and beverages, home and personal care and beauty. It has already set the ball rolling with the acquisition of iconic soft drink brand Campa from Pure Foods, Socio from Surat-based Hijur, and Tamil Nadu-based food brand Varalakshmi. Reliance will also transform its existing stable of over 20 private labels into consumer brands and is likely to strengthen these brands with more launches and acquisitions. Experts say Reliance's strategy of acquiring local brands will help reduce its time to market significantly. But the transition will come with its own set of challenges.
A private label going public is a big move. Private label competence is back-end, public label competence is front-end. I would say Reliance needs to cobble together its ability to front-end brand positioning. That's very, very important. And I think that will take a decade or so to put together.
While brands like Campa will help Reliance compete directly with incumbent brands, experts believe that the impact of Reliance's FMCG foray on established FMCG majors will be limited, at least initially. So much of the initial strategy could hinge on offering new and refreshed brands at better prices.
Bulk of India today is still having a very, very low purchasing power, very low discretionary spending power. So they do have aspirations. Reliance comes in with a value proposition, and in this case, value is basically good price or a better price there. I don't see a challenge in some of the customers making a switch.
Also, many believe there is ample headroom in the Indian consumption play, especially given changing consumption patterns and aspirational tendencies.
The staples business is very large in terms of volume. I think there is enough scope for all of us to grow. We don't have to snatch each other's share.
For Reliance, the entry into the FMCG space makes sense. After all, it offers gross margins of 40 to 60% higher than the 15% or thereabouts in the retail space. However, for Reliance to gain market share and grow volumes, experts believe that a transformation from private labels to running consumer brands will require investing heavily in brand building and marketing. But one advantage that Reliance has over a company like ITC or HUL is its extensive network of over 2,500 stores and over 520 billion walk-ins gives it a captive shelf space for its brands and also allows it to leverage the same supply chain for wider distribution of its brands beyond just its own stores. In Mumbai, Shilpa Rani Peta.